on them women until I find out where the truth at. Whenever you look at my life, you should see that it's ripe. You should see where the fruit at. There's only one to look at. I was in middle school packing my book bag. This is my story, don't ask for my book.
Real 96.3, the Wick's new #1 for hip hop and R&B. Your boy Cali Cole checking in on iHeartRadio, and it's time. We've been watching, we've been looking. I got my man Hulvey in the building. The Wick's on, man. What's good?
Hey man, chilling. Glad to be back home.
Man, this right here is like a sign of the times for me almost, man. Like I can't even talk about like doing radio and doing like R&B radio without guys like you, man. Hulvey Ben came through and blessed my show with a freestyle years ago. Years ago, man. Like Brunswick High days already being active. So before I even get started, man, I got to tell you, you don't know how it encourages me to see you where you are, man, and knowing like if I stay steady at something, if I'm consistent, you know what I'm saying? And even though we on a rap station, if I stay faithful to something, that's right, I can make it happen. God will help me make it happen, man. So how does it feel to be Hulvey in 2023, man?
It's a crazy busy life, you know what I'm saying? But the priorities never change.
Hey, for real,
it's
man.
Literally like God is still at the center. My family, right under that, and then everything else. You know what I'm saying? So for me, it's the same dude from the high. It's just more things going on, more responsibility. You know what I mean?
Man,
and more maturity. Like I done seen some things. You know what I mean?
He definitely more mature because, bro, you'll rip off a rap anywhere, anytime. Like back in the day, he ain't never cared, and that's what I loved about you. Not to say that because you're not doing it now, like you're so much wiser and all, but he was ready on the spot. So even seeing you chill, like if you had a mic open, Hulvey was on it, man.
I stay ready, man.
Talent shows, Brunswick High, all that, man.
That's it.
How do you feel? And I know you've done a lot of what you've done in Atlanta, but how do you feel connecting from starting early in Brunswick with really no resources and getting to where you are now? How does it feel?
Bro, it's humbling. It's humbling to be able to realize that it was only God.
Wow.
Actually, like, this EP I'm about to drop, literally the first song is talking about how it's all God, no magic. Like there was no magic wand that somebody waved. There was no button to push. It was like just hard work. Like I literally remember I dropped out of college, moved to Atlanta, bro, and took everything I learned from here, all the hunger I learned, and took it there. Started scrubbing toilets, cleaning floors, signed a record deal 6 months later. So it's like, yeah, man, I think that just the roots of this place, man, created a really humble heart here, and it's never left. So yeah, bro, I'm humbled, man. Like I'm honored because this place means the world to me. Even when it doesn't mean the world to a lot of other folks, it means the world to me.
Man, that's what's up. That's what's up, man. Yeah. And just thinking when I first was already like trying to tap in with you. I had already tapped in with your folks, with your manager. I already was tapped in. It was letting me know, hey man, this is happening, da, 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 da. And I'm like, okay, and I'm like, y'all got it. So I'm watching and seeing what's up. Yeah. And to see to where y'all taking it. And we were talking about industry a little bit and infrastructure and what we can do with the music business here and having a station. Like, what you guys are doing from a gospel rap space is so perfect from a music space in general now because you're doing merchandising, doing your own shows. Oh, like, man. How do you learn that? But you're from Brunswick. How do you learn that?
Man, bro, I had to unlearn some things. You know what I'm saying? So when I moved to Atlanta, I learned a lot from Lecrae. That's why I put him on the jersey. It's like that's big, bro. So I learned a lot from Lecrae. Sure. I learned a lot from people around me, and I learned that, man, like, there really is a wisdom you got to have with the people you put around you. Right. The money, the way you handle money, you can't just spend everything. You got to have. I have a bookkeeper. I got a team. It's layers to it. So I had to learn to create like boundaries for myself, to create maturity. Because from here, I feel like if this would have happened for me while I was living in Brunswick, I don't think I would have been prepped. I think I would have been just, very immature and probably spent all my money and forgot the mission. You know what I mean? But being around dudes that done seen the mountaintops, won the Grammys, done the features, done everything, and realizing they're like, hey, I'm over the top. Like all that stuff was cool, but it didn't do nothing for me. That's what keeps me grounded. You know what I'm saying?
You know what? And just seeing that you're able to be humble, seeing that you're able to be yourself and talk, do you feel like you're in an advantage being in the space that you're in? Because like, even though you're in that space, like you got songs like Altar and Beautiful that really go, but like Walk is like,
that's right,
you might as well be at a street super street crunk fest, you know, going off. I mean, video crazy, everything.
Yeah.
And like, how do you feel to continue to be able to bring that positivity, but be yourself, but also compete on that level in rap? You know what I'm saying?
That's the thing, is like, it feels amazing because being from Brunswick, like I am hip hop. Like, you know, this culture. It's like for people who really tapped in, it's like, bro, about 50% of the dudes I know can rap. Like that don't rap. You give them a beat, they rap. So for me, even as a Christian artist, it's like coming into it, I realize it doesn't matter. Like my music's still got a hit. Because where I'm from, they don't look at that. They're like, is it good or is it not? So for me, I just kind of took that. You know what I mean? I was like, hey, I want to make good music. Right now, I'm not even gonna lie. Like literally, people like T.I. have hit me up. People like people are tapped in. Like they're not worried about like what the labels are. They hear good music and they resonate.
Exactly.
So I learned that from this city, man, and I brought that with me. And a lot of the Christian industry is formula. They make formula, and this ain't no shade, but there's a lot of formula records, but people don't make music that actually sounds like their roots or where they're from typically. So for me, I've been trying to shake it, you know, I've been trying to shake it up. That's what Lecrae did. Lecrae brought something new. It's like, man, I'm trying to continue that because this isn't just for Christian space. This is for hip hop too. It's for everybody. And that's what's been cool to see, man. So yeah, I learned that from this city though. I got that from here.
Straight up. And that's the thing is so many like rappers here, you know? And so like the main thing is when I'm mentioning you and I'm talking about you and people hearing conversation, like people like Hulvey doing it. Like, you know, like that's encouraging for everybody. You know?
I would have no clue because of how busy my life's been, because I've been at home with the baby, my wife, and then been out traveling on tour. So that's humbling, man. And shout out to all the artists, man, out here, man. I've been seeing Shake Black and South Baby. And dudes really getting off the ground, making music, like going crazy with it. Like, man, that's beautiful. You know what I'm saying?
And that's what it's about. But man, like you taking the lead, and I can't just say it's for the area. Over 250,000 followers on Instagram. Like, it's nuts. Millions of views. What would you say is your go-to song? Like, if somebody wanted to get locked in with Hulvey, if they weren't familiar, your go-to song video that you want them to see.
What you think, man? Oh my goodness. Is it Beautiful? Is it Can't Tell It All?
Beautiful, hard. Can't Tell It All is hard. Okay.
Yeah.
This is like a very base, like that kind of encapsulates what you've been on.
Yeah. I say Beautiful. Yeah, because because I think Beautiful, you know, reveals the heart that I make the music from, like who I'm doing this for. Because at the end of the day, man, when all the doors are closed, all the lights are off, it's like, man, like it's an audience of one. There's one that's living in me. He's the reason why I'm even doing this. So yeah, Beautiful. Yeah. And then I would say another one too, definitely Can't Tell It All, because it breaks down my story and just like, you know.
That's probably the one T.I. hit you up about right
Alter.
there. That Can't Tell It.
He hit me up about Alter.
Alter for real? Oh man, because Can't Tell It All. That beat never. It's like, okay, that's you can hear ATL on that one.
All in
but
it.
You've been doing your thing, man, and just even people tapping in as you grow. And where you are, like even at your shows, I'm watching, even seeing online, you're doing so many shows. What's the live experience for you as like as a rapper, and then from like being hip? Because like I don't know if people know, but like gospel rap is kind of like very hip hop, like
super.
It's not like you could just go in and pose your way in or play. Like it's all type of side conversations that go into these guys being real in that sector. So just thinking about that space and you being able to really do the art form your way, what is what you see at your shows that like amazes you? Because the videos are crazy.
Oh man, I mean, bro, when you see the way that people feel this music live, like that's what hits for me. Like seeing people eyes closed, tears in their eyes, that stuff, bro, hits different. When the dude coming up to you like, hey man, I was finna kill myself, I heard your music. That stuff hits way different than just putting a song on wax. Like going live and just seeing that, and then the energy, seeing the kids, bro. It's everybody. It's all races, all demographics, ages, diverse. Like, and it's like just seeing people resonate to the message, bro. It's crazy. And yeah, man. So I would say that's the thing for me, just seeing it permeate the heart. That's what hits the most. Because don't get me wrong, man, the energy's nuts and the tickets and all that's cool, but like, man, seeing the way people are moved, bro, like, what better can you ask for? I think that's every artist's deepest goal, is to move somebody. You know,
that's what you want. You want that reaction because it means you connected and you got your message.
That's right. Even like, bro, like if you look at Lil Baby, like it's still deeper than rap. Like he's moving people. Like you listen to the lyrics, it's not just like it's not surface level. I hear his lyrics. I'm like, man, he relates to people. And for me, it's like the same thing. I want to relate. I want to show people the God that saved me in a real way, where it's like, it's real. You know what I mean?
Man,
so, yeah, man.
I'm trying to tell you with the lyrics that you have, you know, you speak into a whole generation. You speak into a whole bunch of people. Like, we just went through COVID. We've been through the bad economy, all that stuff. You know, even that line where you say, you know, I've witnessed my mom being fired, my dad being fired. You know what I'm saying? It is, you're letting people know. I had to move so many times. Like, if you're really from it, like, you know how that situation could be.
Yep.
So you connecting with people on that level, do you hear a lot of stories, like, at your shows, like people coming up and, like, I know you were talking earlier about some of the stuff you hear, but, like, does it make you go in awe of, like, how people connect with you?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I mean, bro, it's crazy though, because it's people that, you know, might not look like me, might not be from the same background. It's just people, bro. Like, it's all these different backgrounds.
Right.
The common thread is that I'm learning is that everybody got pain.
Everybody got pain. That's a bar right there. That's a bar right there.
Everybody's got pain.
Right.
And when people show up to these shows, they're just looking for some type of healing, bro. They're looking to be filled in some way. That's typically the thing that I notice is like, you know, there's a thread there where it's like, you know, they might not have been what I've been through, but they've been through something, you know, abortion or people show up and I've been struggling with addiction, trying to get free of that. And then some people show up celebrating. Like, they're like, man, I'm free. Like, I'm here to
I've done it. I done heard it. I'm walking in here.
So like it's just a wide range. But yeah, I definitely hear a lot of stories, man. And you know, for me, it's humbling. And at the end of the day, bro, I'm not the one that's healing folks. I'm just the messenger. So just hearing that, it's like, I just want to keep pointing them back to the one I'm even talking about. So it's a blessing, but I'm like them. We're all just trying to figure this thing out. So it's like with me, it's like, I just want to keep pointing them back to the Father, bro. That's my goal, man.
Man, that's real, man. And that's real and real from the heart, man. I love the sincerity and the openness, you know. And
thank you.
Yeah, for real. And like, I want to know, like, how do you get to be a guy that gets to be signed? And like, but you come in with like the humble spirit, because rap is ferocious. Like, it's always a competition, even with people you don't know, or just being in the studio. You could be
literally
recording. Yeah.
I was on a plane. I was having fun. I was writing some bars, and I had this bar where I was like, you know, you're just a kid from South Georgia. Like, how you gonna make it when the bar is too cordial? And it's realizing I realized that I think for me, my superpower was just being me. Like
real.
For some artists, I think, you know, they do feel like they got to put on, but I think when they do that, there's a mask, and people do like that mask.
Right.
But I think that a lot more people would actually have a shot at a career if they would like humble themselves and realize like, I ain't nothing, man.
Yeah, hey, for real.
Because people feel that, bro.
People feel it.
Like, bro, I'm nothing. I came off of Perry Lane, grew up in a trailer.
Yeah.
Lived the normal life. It's like, bro, I don't have to act like I'm bigger than life. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I think like record labels now resonate with that because they've seen so much capping and now the music industry shifting where music is like music. They're just looking for something. They don't care how it hits.
Yeah, like long as it's hitting.
They don't care how it hits.
Right.
But I'll tell you this: one of these dudes in Brunswick mess around and tell their story.
Right,
bro, it's gonna be more impactful than mine. I mean, there's a lot of stuff that people I've seen out here, man. I encourage you, if you're an artist, man, share your story because people gonna resonate. And if that never means a record deal, you don't need one. You can do it independent. But like, you got this now here. You got, you know what I'm saying? You have people in front of you. You can figure out a way. So, yeah, man. Like, you know, I think the biggest thing though is just shoot your shot. You know what I mean?
That's
wherever
real,
you're at,
real.
shoot your shot. That's what I did, man.
Man, Hulvey's still dropping bars. So we got to talk about the album getting ready to come out November 10th. But before that, I want to know, like, what brought you to the Hulvey's pork chop sandwich? Because I don't know if a lot of people, they're not from Brunswick, they don't know. Like me, I grew up in San Diego, but I moved out here when I was 17, 18, but my family's from here. So every time I came and I visited, I remember 99, I got a big old chili dog, and it was like crazy. But I couldn't handle the grease because I was still West Coast. I couldn't handle that East Coast grease. It's greasy. So I moved over to the pork chop. Extra mustard, no onions. That's where I'm at.
Ooh,
and so that's where I'm at with it. So what brought you to that? And like, well, how does it feel to show love to like a place that everybody loves in town?
Here's what's crazy, man. I'm literally a teenager. I'm going to Willie's, my favorite restaurant, get the pork chop. Homeboy Bailey literally putting down business cards with my music and links on it in Willie's.
Wow.
Stamping them around, all that. Years later, you know, we get to going, just stuff starts really starting to go. Beautiful's about to drop. Beautiful ain't even dropped yet. And my label reached out to Willie's like, hey, like, you know, he really loves y'all. And they're like, yeah, like, let's do it. And so we linked up. When I tell you we was involved in the process, like, we was in the back of the kitchen with them, bro. Taste testing this joint.
Getting it right. Yeah,
that's my favorite meal. Like, on my deathbed, I want a pork chop sandwich. So it's like,
that's the one you're gonna ask for, right?
Like, and so for me, it was just something where I just wanted to be involved again and be in the city.
Man, that's
and for me, like, it's bigger than a sandwich. It's showing people, like, bro, like, the underdog can still thrive. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you don't have to be anybody else but who God made you to be. And so when I show up, you know, when I did that event and did that whole thing, it was just a blessing. And then they stamped it on the menu, and I'm just like, man, it's full circle.
Hey, that's love, man.
That's my joint. Like, I grew up going there. So
straight up. Willie's is for real. Staple in Brunswick if you ever get here.
That's right.
For real. November 10th though, a new album dropping. Tell me a little bit about the album.
Yeah.
And a little bit about this. I don't know if it's a new leg of a tour, but I know you've been on tour this whole time, but then now I'm seeing Lecrae in this part of the tour. So tell me a little bit about what you got going.
Yeah, so November 10th, man, I'm dropping an EP called Perry Lane Pack. And for me, that's why we wanted to come back to Brunswick, do this, and just be around the city, because I've given people my heart, right? I've showed people the sound I'm rocking with, the soulfulness, the mix of soul and hip hop, and still being a Christian in the midst of it. But I think that one thing I wanted to paint very clear was where I'm from. And I wanted to show people, obviously, my relationship with God, but I also wanted to show people my life experiences, where it's like, hey, here's some things that you might not know about me, or here's like the sound that you might not be fully familiar with hearing from me. And so this joint's special to me, and the final track on there is called Perry Lane. And man, I sent it out to some people. I mean, friends are calling me like, bro, it's your best song you've ever made.
Ooh,
and I played it for people in the studio, see them crying, and I'm like, bro, like, what is this, man? Like, what is it about my story y'all resonate with, bro? Because it's simple, but it's like, to see people the way they feeling it, I cannot wait to put it out in the world, bro, because this is like me, like this is my story. You know what I'm saying?
Real. That's real, man. You know, one of the things that when you say what makes people connect, for me is like with you choosing, you seeing you on a path and saying you want to do something, but then throwing it all away, but then still doing it. That's like something different in saying, hey, I'm not going to do it my way. I'm going to do it God's way. And then he giving it to you. Like, that's a different type of,
bro, because I had
you know what I'm saying?
I had my little thing going on. And he was like, hey, delete it all. I'm like, man, Lord, what? I deleted it all. And it was like a whole new path. Because what we was on before, it was like, there would be God bars, but people didn't associate me like a Christian rapper. They're just like, yeah, Hulvey, you know, Chris just raps.
Right.
That's how everybody knew me. But then, like, I really had to let that go. It became an idol for me. So, bro, now, I mean, you're going to hear in Perry Lane, but it's a lot of lessons I've learned, man.
That's what's up.
Literally, there's a song on there, on Perry Lane, there's a line where I'm talking about how I go to Chick-fil-A. Literally, bro, like, they got the order wrong. I was trying to pick up something for my wife. For some reason, I was just in a bad mood. Literally, bro, I have like a little attitude with them, right? I forget. They're all fans of me at this Chick-fil-A. This is Houston, bro. This ain't in Brunswick. This is Houston. So they're all fans of me out there, and it's like I had no clue. And then I come back up. I gave them, you know, I went to Crumble Cookies to just apologize. You know, to give them some cookies. I go to Crumble. There's fans of me in there. And I'm like, oh, shoot, this is hitting deeper than I thought. I go back to Chick-fil-A. I hand the cookies to the manager. And this is what humbled me. He's like, hey, man, congratulations on your baby. And I was like,
whoa.
They know what's up. You know what I mean? And so it reminded me of the light I got to be. So, yeah, man, this music, I'm digging deep.
Man, that's real, man. I love that story, man. Love the vibe. I'm supporting you 100%. We support you at Real 96.3. This your radio station. You're going to catch them in the mix. You're going to hear them on there. This is Hulvey Station.
For the city.
Hey, we're doing it for the Wick. So anything you want to tell people how they can keep up with you and continue to keep up with your movement?
Yeah, man, if you haven't already, man, it's Hulvey, Hulvey, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, Twitter, whatever, man. You'll find it. Look it up. And so, hey, and just remember, man, be who God made you to be. Seek him first. And I always try to tell people this. John 17:3, for this is eternal life, that you would know God and Jesus Christ in me as sin. Not know about God. Eternal life is to know God. And that's what got me where I'm at. So Yeah, man.
Like living life more abundantly. That's what I'm talking about, man.
That's right.
Real 96.3, the Wick's new #1 for hip hop and R&B. Your boy Cali Cole checking out at iHeartRadio with Hulvey, man. Hey, y'all be cool, right?
Legendary, bro.
Used to sit in the pew as a critic. I would look up like y'all too religious. I'm like, this is for me.